Hi everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for July 2019. I do hope that this video finds you all well. I know July is going to be a really big month for a lot of people. We do have two eclipses that are going to be happening, a total solar eclipse that's going to be July 2nd in Cancer, and then the lunar eclipse in Capricorn on the 16th and 17th. It kind of just depends on where your time zone is. We do also have 5 retrograde planets, including our ruling planet Mercury. That one's gonna hurt. That happens on July 7th, and it's gonna be retrograde until the 31st. We do have 5 oppositions as well between Cancer and Capricorn, so there's a lot of really intense energy that's going on right now. I honestly feel like this is going to be one of the most significant months of the year of 2019. Even if it's not the month where the most changes happen, I think it's going to be kind of laying the foundation for the rest of the year, for quite a while at least. Really kind of setting the foundation for this next cycle coming in. And I do feel like this is it's been 2 years since we've had a total solar eclipse, and I just want you all to kind of think back to the solar eclipse in August 2017. That was the last total solar eclipse, and it was very powerful for a lot of people, and it really brought some dramatic ends, especially for Virgo. It was in her 12th house, so I don't want you guys to panic. I don't want you to have like PTSD flashbacks of what happened in August or started happening in August, what started to fall apart for you. It was definitely hard for a lot of people, and frankly, I think it's going to still be quite a transformative time for everyone in the collective this time too. So just keep that in your awareness. You're not going through anything alone. If you feel like everything's just crushing in, it's not just you. Things are really doubling down in a very dramatic way, and we're going to be starting to realize what is going to be shed, what we're going to keep. There might be some cracks that are showing up. There might even just be sudden loss. And obviously how this is going to impact everyone personally, it's going to be very individual, how it's going to manifest. So definitely check out your personal natal chart. Really figure out where these transits are moving through for you specifically. That's going to be very illuminating. Yeah, I really do feel like overall it's going to be a pretty intense time. With this happening in our 11th and 5th house, I'm a Virgo as well, in case you can't tell. We do have quite a bit of stuff changing for our social lives. I'm feeling, friendship circles, there might be changes in friendships, our network, our support system. Also the things we're working on creatively, the way we express ourselves, our passions. It's almost like a renaissance for Virgo. And I actually do feel like that this eclipse, the solar eclipse especially, which is happening July 2nd, it's going to be a very powerful window of time to manifest, because that 11th house is, it's the only master number in all the houses in all of astrology, the astrological houses rather. And it's not just support from people, it's support from the universe. Things can happen very quickly. And it's definitely a good house to tap into, or this eclipse is going to be a good time to manifest. So I would definitely set your manifestations early on in the month. Make use of that energy that's available to you right now, because it's going to be a wild ride for all of us. I do have a blog post down below with the astrological forecast. Kind of outlines a bit further, has specific dates for things if you're interested in these transits and aspects. That's a pretty good resource if you're trying to figure out what is going to happen when, specifically. I do also have links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, donations, as well as my other social media pages where I post updates, announcements, pick a card readings, and general cards for the collective. I am going to be doing giveaways on this channel, so if you don't want to miss out on your chance to win a free reading or a free Reiki session with me, definitely hit subscribe, and also follow me on my other social media so you don't miss out on your chance to enter that contest. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything in terms of like announcements, updates, astrology stuff. Before I begin, I am just going to disclaim that these are general readings, meaning not all the messages are going to be coming in for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for someone else. If you want a more thorough picture, you are welcome to take a peek at the other videos, your other signs, you know, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever. I do also have love readings as well for people who are specifically interested in romance or what's changing in their relationships. So take a peek at those as well. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to start off this reading by tuning into all of your energy, and I absolutely invite you to do that as well. So just kind of take a moment to center yourselves. I actually like to visualize kind of a toroid or this web of light connecting all of us. And we're connecting to our higher selves. That wisdom that's available to us at this time. A lot of buzzing. My goodness. I don't know if anyone else was feeling that. All right, so I'm going to look coming into July. We're going to take a look at the energy coming into this month. This could be stuff that was happening in June. I do feel like because we are at a cyclical juncture, is what I'm calling it, where cycles are ending, cycles are beginning with these eclipses. This could definitely be reviewing stuff from months or even years ago, and that's going to kind of be coming to the forefront for you now, Virgo. Let's see. What are the messages coming in for Virgo for July 2019? Messages for Virgo coming into July 2019. Yeah. Messages for Virgo coming into July 2019. Messages for Virgo coming into July 2019. Okay, wow. So we have the moon. Two of Swords. There's an eclipse right here, interestingly enough. And the Chariot. Right away, I'm kind of picking up on the energy from the last lunar eclipse that we had in January that was in Leo. That was the last eclipse that was hitting our 12th house. A lot of shedding, kind of the final purge for us. And, you know, there's been kind of this air of mystery. Things have been very intuitive for us. Virgo, you've also been having just kind of navigating things, trying to figure out your way through this dark forest. You're kind of in a dark forest. It's almost what it feels like. You're not scared of it anymore, though. You know, you're following your intuition. You're following the moon. Some of you may also be dealing with a Pisces, potentially a Cancer as well. Maybe someone very intuitive. Could be someone you're working with. Some of you are also working intuitively. With this Two of Swords, you've been kind of guarded with your heart. I think after everything you've lost, everything these eclipses have changed for you, you've been kind of protective, not jumping into things, or at least, it's interesting. I feel like, because you do have the Chariot here, you have been moving, you've been going forward, some of you may have moved, but I just feel like there's this sense of guardedness with you. Kind of a stalemate here even. You don't really quite know what to do. Do you open up? Do you go forward? Do you stay put? Trying to figure out your course of action. I'm actually thinking a lot of the traditional art for this card, which is the woman who has the 2 swords and a blindfold on. She's tuning out the world around her. She's really listening to the water behind her, getting in touch with her heart. You're really trying, you've been feeling things out, for sure. It's been a very intuitive time for you. And you know, we have this Chariot card. I feel like you've just been thinking a lot about how to go forward. This is kind of showing up in the mental position, so you haven't necessarily been doing this in a physical way. Could also be a Cancer you're speaking to. Could be someone you've left behind in the past. Because this is in the past, this all could be stuff you've left behind. You might have left behind this mystery, this delaying a decision. I am getting the sense you've just been very guarded. Let me see. What is the animal wisdom for Virgo? Yeah, totally. This has been a time of getting back in touch with your third eye, your intuition. You've been following that. This is what you're following. I'm getting it now. This is what you're following. You're following your intuition. I feel like it's definitely been a strong intuitive time, even here with this Chariot, the moon on the third eye. So interesting. A lot of lunar energy. The moon, Chariot, there's even an eclipse here, and the moon and the unicorn. I feel like this is actually going to kind of be amplified for you even further with this Cancer new moon. This is the lunar eclipse. This is going to be opening intuition for a lot of people. This is Cancer energy. I do feel like things are going to become clearer. You've been following your intuition. It hasn't always been clear, but you've been listening to it. You've been going forward. I haven't pulled any cards yet, but I do feel like there's going to be some clarity that's coming for you in July. Really quickly, I do also apologize if you hear voices. I am right by the window. I'll try and speak a little louder. What are the messages for Virgo in the first half of July? What are the messages for Virgo in the first half of July? Still holding back. What are we holding back? Messages for Virgo in the first half of July. There's one. Messages for Virgo in the first half of July. Nice. Messages for Virgo in the first half of July. I feel like intuitively you felt something has been coming. I think it's coming. You haven't known what to do about it, but I feel like it's coming for you. Look out. Chariot coming at you. Could be a Cancer, could be a Pisces. Or someone who has one of those dominant placements. Sun, moon, rising. Great, okay. Wow. Nice, Virgo. We have Wheel of Fortune. The Mother of Wands. The Daughter of Wands and the Fool came out together. A lot of fire. Interesting. Some of you are definitely dealing with a fire sign, especially Sagittarius here. Could also be an Aries for sure with the Fool and the Mother of Wands. Could also potentially be a Leo too. I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune, things are changing really rapidly for you at the beginning of July. And it's going into a very lucky direction for you. Again, working with manifestation, but this feels like something coming full circle as well. Something you've been expecting for some time, something you could sense that was coming. It's coming, and it's coming in a very big way, and it feels really, really good. Especially with the cards that are out here. We have the Mother of Wands. Again, fire sign energy. This is also you getting in touch with the things that make you passionate. You're really holding tightly to these things. It's like you have this beautiful thing that you're just wrapped around, very protective of, and you have your magic to you. You're holding on to your magic. I do feel like you're also going into something new. Chariot going into the Fool. Yeah, there's definitely something you're moving towards. I feel like whatever it was you were going towards is now here, and you're taking a dive. Daughter of Wands could be involving a fire sign very easily, especially an Aries. You could be communicating a lot with an Aries or another fire sign who's really pepping you up. They could be bringing out a lot of really awesome change. Again, though, this can feel rocky. Wheel of Fortune doesn't always feel so good as the wheel is turning. But I want you to trust that this is all going into a really good direction. It feels very, very positive, and trust me, I'm not one to sugarcoat these readings. I've given some pretty hard readings on this channel, and I don't shy away from that. I want to help people work through these hardships, and honestly, things are looking really, really positive for Virgo. I'm going to pull another animal card now just to see what's happening, get greater insight into the first half of July for Virgo. Hawk, yeah, something's definitely coming in. Could be a message, especially from someone who has a lot of fire, very fiery person. Again, there is this sense that you're going to look back on July, this moment, and even if it doesn't seem big now, you're going to see this is when everything changed. This is when the wheel started turning. Might take a while to manifest, but you're going to start seeing this. I feel like intuitively your intuition has been so strong. Everyone's intuition is really going up for July, but the Virgos I'm connecting with, your intuition has been skyrocketed after the last cycle. And you have a lot of direction. There's still kind of this unknown, this uncertainty. You might not have all the answers, but you know where you need to go. You know what it is you need to jump into. You just feel it. It's in your blood. Let's see. This is exciting. What's going to be happening in the second half of July and beyond? Again, because these are referring to kind of larger cyclical windows, this might be coming a little further down the road. This is the trajectory. This can change. This can be altered. Interesting. You're doubting this. What are the messages for Virgo in the second half of July and beyond? Interesting. So we have the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Two fives. There's definite change. Adds up to 10. Completion of a cycle. I do feel like some of you are leaving something behind. Could be a home, job, walking away from something. There could be power struggles around you. You might be losing some people close to you, I gotta be honest. That might be part of this wheel. You might be losing family members, friends, lovers, or just losing a connection. Even if you don't lose the relationship, you're kind of losing that closeness. There's power play. It's all scattered. But I do see this shedding, this loss. Could be financial. I see this Nine of Swords. A lot of anxiety, restlessness, nervousness, depression, sleep disturbance. I feel like with this showing up, things aren't as bad as they seem. You're almost making things worse. You're kind of catastrophizing. A Virgo who catastrophizes, really. But I do feel like this is going to be something... Things aren't as bad here. I feel like you've kind of felt this Five of Pentacles for a while, if I'm not mistaken. You've kind of felt left out in the cold for a while. And I don't think this is anything that's new for you. I still feel like things are going really well. You do have the Sun here. There is something very promising. There's also a lot of clarity that's coming in. Whatever it is that gets highlighted that isn't what you want, it's just what you know you're going to be losing. But there's a lot of abundance, a lot of blessings, a lot of new beginnings. The most auspicious card here. That's why I feel like a lot of this, it's small, it's petty stuff. You're not losing anything that really matters to you. But you're still really worried about it. Again, as Virgo does. You could also be communicating with someone who has a lot of Leo placements. We have all the fire signs on the table, actually. It's quite interesting. I feel like you still have a lot of clarity mentally. And there are blessings that are coming in. You still see this. Even if you don't know how it's going to come, it's coming. It's almost like it's building this tension. It's like, when is this going to come? When is this going to happen? That's like what this Nine of Swords energy almost is. It's like waiting. It's like you're going forward and now you're just waiting for this Sun. What is the animal wisdom for Virgo? Crow, of course. More intuition, more messages. So strong psychically. I feel like some of you are literally seeing the future. There's definitely messages coming in. Keep meditating. That's very important for you. Surround yourself with people who foster your magic, who don't ostracize you for being dark. They see the magic that you contain. They nurture that in you. They love that about you. That may be what you're walking away from, these people who don't understand you. You might be a bit misunderstood. But you know, I think you even know that whatever it is you're feeling right now, there's still something better coming. There's just some bumps in the road. We've been dealing with bumps for so long. Just part of life, but it's been a really rocky time, you know, and July is definitely going to be a very intense month. So don't, I don't want you, Virgo, I really don't want you to worry about what it is you're walking away from. Whatever conflict or tension this is, whatever loss you're experiencing, it's nothing compared to what you're coming into. You don't need to worry about this so much. Trust your intuition. Don't doubt your intuition just because there's some things you didn't see happening. It's going to happen to everyone. It's part of the test. It's part of the divine contract. That's Mercury retrograde. It's not time to stop for you. A lot of people say to stop, to not go forward in a Mercury retrograde, but it's like sometimes you just got to keep going forward, and you have a lot of momentum. You have so much momentum. I don't think you could stop even if you wanted to. Whoever it is you're losing, you're gaining someone else who understands you. You're finding your flock. And I know it's been a lonely road. You know, you have the moon, Wheel of Fortune. Things have been closed off. But I see things are really turning quite quickly for you. Just expect a little turbulence, but you're getting there. Those are all the messages I am getting for you right now, Virgo. I do hope that this video was helpful. Definitely hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what's happening for you. If I don't see you in a personal reading or a Reiki session, I will see you all for the next video. Bye, Virgo. Happy July.